be mad at what you want. You want to be mad at Brock Lesnar, be mad at Brock Lesnar. Just don't be mad if we are not mad with you. Because if we start canceling everyone that has a shady past in wrestling, guess what? There's not going to be many people left to watch.
Chill it up, chill it up.
Am I about to sit here and defend Brock Lesnar? No. I need you to listen closely when I say that. I am not going to defend Brock Lesnar. One more time for the White Knights of TikTok, who will just clip the parts of this video that boost the engagement with all the little nerds who listen to them because they live their life through Google. I am saying it loud and clear. I am not defending Brock Lesnar. I am not Brock Lesnar's lawyer. I am not Brock Lesnar's PR guy, and I am not here to convince you that Brock Lesnar is some sort of saint. If you're mad about Brock Lesnar, be mad. Be furious. Turn red in the face and throw the remote at the TV. I don't care what you break. But here's what you're not going to do. I'm not going to let you little baby backs do this time. You're not going to spoil it for the rest of us. You're not going to be mad at those of us who aren't mad about Brock returning. That's where I'm going to draw the line this time. That's where your whole little IWC outrage machine falls apart this time. Let's start with the facts, okay? Because we know you guys function straight off of feelings, and all these little internet reactors tell you how you should feel. And since 99% of the people who are screaming about this situation don't actually know the details of what's happening, allow me to give you an abridged version of what Brock Lesnar is named in, okay? So Janelle Grant files a civil lawsuit against Vince McMahon. In other names, Brock Lesnar not in that complaint, okay? Early 2025, she amends the complaint, names Brock Lesnar as the WWE superstar in the story. And what are the allegations? Here are the allegations. Vince McMahon tries to her to Brock to get him to re-sign in 2021. She's told to make explicit content for Brock Lesnar. Vince shares it with him. Vince flies him in for dinner in a planned encounter, which doesn't end up happening because Brock is too drunk. He gets sent home, and Brock allegedly asked for some fetish videos of her urinating. That is the claim. It's a little weird. Not gonna lie, a little weird, but there's an important thing to note here. Brock Lesnar is not a defendant in the lawsuit. Brock Lesnar is not accused of assault. He's not charged with a crime. He is a third party named in a civil lawsuit against Vince McMahon. Now, you could process that however you want. You could hate the man. You could boycott the man. You could delete him from your WWE 2K25 roster. You have every right to do whatever you want. But you don't get to decide how we feel about it. You don't get to demand my outrage. You don't get to decide that I have to match you beat for beat in your anger. You don't get to accuse me of not supporting women. This is where you IWC type get funny to me, because the same people, these same people that are calling names and that are attacking people who just are uninterested in being mad about Brock Lesnar, they will turn the channel and they will cheer for the Chris Jerichos of the world. We don't want to talk about the Chris Jerichos of the world, right? With Chris Jericho, there's allegations from Kylie Ray that he invites her to his hotel room. He says others will be there. Then he allegedly makes advances. There's no lawsuit, but the story feels like it floats around every couple of months, and it lives in that same gray area that Brock Lesnar's in. And I don't see the IWC losing their mind every time Chris Jericho comes back. Or we could talk about the IWC darling, Darby Allin, who was tied to the hashtag speaking out allegations about manipulation and control. That thing got whispered about for years, but the IWC never got outraged because Darby Allin looks too much like the IWC nerd avatar. He's the holy grail of the IWC, so he could do no wrong. But where's the outrage, guys? Where's the, if you support him, you don't support women? It's nowhere. You can't find it, because with the IWC, it's not about the principle. It's about who they like and who they don't like and who they are told to attack. That is not moral consistency. That is selective outrage. You got to quit listening to these 20-something-year-old people who react on YouTube to Monday Night Raw and make all these crazy faces. They might be fun to watch, but don't let these people gas you up. These same people who are feeding you this story secretly all love Brock Lesnar because he's great for content and he gives them something to bitch about. But here's something deeper. Here's the ugly truth to life, IWC. Let me key you in on a little secret since you guys don't get out much. Everything you consume is made by messed up people. The music you listen to, the movies you watch, the sports you consume, and yes, our precious wrestling world is all made by messed up people. If you're gonna boycott every problematic person, get ready for an extremely boring life, because you're going to run out of things to watch, listen to, and do extremely quick. So again, IWC, be mad. Be really mad. Write your Twitter essays. Change your profile pictures. Boycott whoever and whatever you want. Just be objective. Have the balls to actually stand behind it. Don't watch it if you don't like it. If you really want to show them, hit them where it hurts. Just drop the ratings. Stop buying the merch, but stop telling me I have to be as mad as you are. Stop acting like your moral outrage is the official playbook for all wrestling fans. Just because I can still enjoy Brock Lesnar hitting an F5 on John Cena doesn't mean that I'm endorsing the things that Brock Lesnar does in the lawsuit. It just means I'm choosing not to let it ruin my entertainment. But here's the real kicker for me, right? It's all keyboard courage. It's not real action. Let's be honest. Most of this outrage, most of this fake IWC outrage is keyboard courage. Nobody's canceling their Peacock subscription. Nobody's turning on WWE sponsors. Nobody's jumping ship and going to watch AEW. Were there people protesting outside of Monday Night Raw? I didn't hear or see anything about that. It just makes you IWC guys mad enough to tweet. It makes you mad enough to tweet about it. Then you go back right on watching the show. You jump right back on the train. You become right back part of the problem that you talk about. What I don't understand, IWC, and tell me the truth here, why can't you guys just have fun? That's my question. Why can't wrestling just be fun anymore? Why does everything have to have a moral stance? Why does everything have to move into the political spectrum? Why does every fan have to pick a side on off-screen controversy? You watch who you want. I'll watch who I want. And we don't need to match outrage levels like we're looking at some kind of scoreboard. The bottom line, IWC, take this away. Take this message away if you can. Be mad at what you want. You want to be mad at Brock Lesnar? Be mad at Brock Lesnar. Just don't be mad if we are not mad with you. Because if we start canceling everyone that has a shady past in wrestling, guess what? There's not going to be many people left to watch. And then what are you going to do? The IWC will sit in silence and bitch about there's no wrestling to watch. I'm done. Till it up, till it up.